Whatever intelligence is attributed to the fly cannot be separated from its involvements. The same is even more true for humans, endowed with a much broader spectrum of possibilities. I believe the term involvements better characterizes the phenomenon than intelligence, which privileges the mental life, which we deem so special about being human. Since the late 1980s, a large body of research has developed the insights of figures like Merleau-Ponty and Jakob von Uschkel, who inspired Husserl's Lebenswelt, as well as J.J. Gibson, Lakoff and Johnson, Pickering, and many others, in order to explore this phenomenon of distributed, metaphoric, processual structures of involvement. Somewhat counterintuitively, this body of research identifies itself under the rubric of cognition, but is usefully collected in the Oxford Handbook of 4E Cognition, where 4E stands for embodied, enacted, embedded, and extended. All this is very stimulating, but the single most important omission, in my view, is the absence of any mention of depth or the structures of dependency which obtain in any involvement. I'm using this Caravaggio to illustrate that thoughts move faster than and depend upon conversation, which in turn depends upon posture and gesture, which in turn depends upon the furniture, which depends upon the floors and walls. The wall here is a deep background in which, just before vanishing, Christ appears in the shadow of the servant, also making evident the manner in which the light brings into being the people, food, and things, including the passing of the light through the wine vessel just above the bread, fusing the incarnation with the passion. I prefer structures of involvement over intelligence, cognition, or ecology, because the stress is placed on the situations in which any exchange or interaction takes place. Worldhood of world exists as a generalization only in the background, as a mood or tone. For all effective purposes, worldhood occurs as concrete involvements. An involvement prevails in a tension between what Gibson called affordances and what Heidegger called claims. What I have called structures, too, are dependent upon the interactions and are much less rigid than is suggested by their frequent appeal in the literature to systems. They are open to opportunities and adaptations. Precisely what cannot be rendered algorithmically, the embodying conditions, is what is most essential to any plausible understanding of intelligence, continuity, or communication. I would not deny the degree to which humans experience the tension between affordances and claims psychologically, sociopolitically, or philosophically, i.e. our mental life. But the virtue of attention to involvements is that our mental life is not made central or determinative. Rather, it is set within a rich matrix of possibilities for embodiment, rooted in the natural order.